Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, community, those that are searching for a way to make more money online. And you're in a network marketing company and you're just not getting anywhere. Can't seem to get any ground. I would say go back and watch my videos from the beginning because it builds on each step and it will help you if you just watch them. And it will help you because I've been in network marketing, like I said, for 36 years. I was in sales for 7 years. I worked for the largest home improvement company in the country of the United States of America. The home improvement company was named Pacesetter. And Pacesetter was the largest home improvement company in the country, 70 offices in 33 states, was owned by a guy named Phil Schrager and his brother Harley, and they were selling storm windows back in Nebraska, and they grew their company out to the Midwest, out to here, where I live in California. And what happened was I got involved with it in 1996, had a goal to be at 2000 or 1996, 7, 8, I became assistant sales manager, and by 2001, I had split my volume with all the guys that I ran with, and it was 1,300,000 and well, let me show you. This was a plaque I got right here that basically gives my name and how much money I did back then. And this was net in production. This was a one call close. And I have other things that I have on the wall, which is the company. I have other things that I did. This is the company that I was at, and these are different things that I did. I won an award for being the top assistant sales manager for one of the largest companies in the United States. And I did that. I had a goal and I was going to do it. It took me a few years. I didn't do the first year, the second year, but the third year I came out and said in my mind, this is my year. And I went out and did it. And if you have a goal and you have a desire and you have a dream, it will be fulfilled. It may not be fulfilled when you want it. You just have to keep that dream in front of you. Keep that vision in front of you. And don't give up on the vision, and don't let anybody deter you from that vision. The problem with posers and amateurs is they get kicked out because they don't have a big enough why. Why are you doing this? And if it isn't big enough to keep you, then you need a bigger one. You got to have a big dream, a big goal. So this is when prospects have a limiting belief in their abilities. And I'm going to tell you, I had the same thing. I went through the same thing that most people are going through. If you're just starting out or if you've been in it a while, hey, keep going, don't give up, and don't quit, okay? The common objections in this category are, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, it's not my thing, I'm not a salesperson, I don't know anyone, or I'm too old, too young, too tired, and have no experience. Some people teach fancy approaches where you make yourself seem smart and the prospects seem dumb. Now that's the most dumbest thing you could ever do. You don't have money? Do you have a cable bill? Do you have a cell phone bill? Do you ever go out to dinner? You have you have lots of money. Come on, wake up. Who are you? Tell me. what I have and what I don't have. You know, that's what they're thinking. Or, you don't have the time? How long do you want to have that reality in your life? You ever been told that, or tell somebody that? You have to change if you want your life to change. Well, la-di-da, okay? How does it feel when you hear that? How would you feel if someone were to say it to you? Pretty bad, right? A better approach is to relate to a person and tell your story, okay? When a person tells me, I just don't have the money right now, I respond, I had the same exact challenge. I didn't have enough money to pay my bills, let alone start a new business. But when I thought about it, I realized if I didn't have the money to pay my bills now, how was that going to change in the future? I was tired of being behind. I was tired of always scrambling. I wanted more out of life. So you know what I did? I found a way, and it was the best decision I had ever made. Let me ask you something. If you really felt this was a chance for you to take control of your financial future, do you think you could find a way to make that happen? 9 times out of 10, they would agree. They could find a way. Again, forget the exact words and focus on the concept. I told them I was the same as they were, with the same objection. I told them about my pain, and I told them I found a way to solve it. As a result, we bonded. We related to each other. We were in the same boat with the same hopes and the same dreams. And if I didn't have a personal story that would compare with theirs, I would tell other person's story. There are plenty of stories inside your company that can relate to virtually every situation. So when a prospect tells you their objection, you can say, I know what you mean. I have a friend who had that same exact problem, and let me tell you their story. Can you see how that approach would work with all the objections based on persons' limiting beliefs about themselves and their lives? The concept is simple. It's proven. And the results are amazing. When people have limiting beliefs about network marketing, they'll listen to these categories. See if you fall into them, or see if you've heard these. Look at, is this MLM? Is this one of those things? Is this a pyramid scheme? I'm not interested in MLM. I don't want to bother my friends. And how much are you making? Ever heard that? How much are you making? Let's start with the one that strikes fear into the hearts of most people in our profession. Is this MLM? Or various kinds? Is this one of those things? Is this a pyramid scheme? Or I'm not interested in MLM. Some people go a little crazy when they hear this question. They say, pyramid schemes? Like every corporation in the world? Like a government? You mean like that? Instead of going crazy on your prospects, it's important to understand where this question comes from. My experience shows me that they usually knew someone who joined with no success, or else they've done it themselves. Usually, they just purchased a virtual lottery ticket like I described earlier, and it didn't pay off. This scenario represents well over 90% of people who will ask this kind of question. The rest of them have heard of opportunities like this and are rightfully skeptical of the promise of getting rich quick. If they ask this kind of question with any sort of emotion, I know they've been involved at some point. So I say, wait a minute. You have a story. What happened? Were you involved in network marketing at some point? Then just let them tell you their story. It opens them up. It lowers their defenses, and it allows you to ask some questions about their experience. Try it. Have fun. It says, let them give you a typical example. Actually, let me give you a typical example. I'm going through my invitation process with the prospect, and the prospect says, wait a minute, is this MLM? And they say it with emotion. I reply, oh, you have a story. Did you try it out at some point? What happened? They say, yeah, I joined a company a few years ago, bought some products, and I lost money. I reply, what do you think was the reason you didn't have success? They say, well, my friend talked me into it. I didn't have a lot of time, and I thought more people would join right away, but they didn't. I guess I just lost interest. I reply, do you think you really give it a fair shot? They say, no, not really. I reply, do you think network marketing was the problem? Or do you think maybe your timing wasn't right? They say, it was probably the timing. Do you see the dynamic? I've had thousands of these conversations, and they all are slightly different. But if you ask them questions and are friendly through the process, you have a strong opportunity to help them get rid of their blind spot and take a look at what you have to offer. In addition, you can relate to them by saying you had the same objection initially and telling them how you overcame it. If someone uses the word pyramid with me, I always say, oh no, pyramid schemes are illegal, and I would never be involved with something illegal or get you into something illegal. Do you really think I'd get you something illegal? Come on. For people asking without the emotion attached, I usually respond with, yes, this is network marketing. Do you know anything about it? Again, I'm asking questions and waiting for answers. From those answers, I ask more questions. And through the process, I can achieve my goal of education and understanding. You see, it's not just getting a sign up a distributor, get somebody in my network marketing. No, you need to educate them and you need to give them understanding. I don't want to bother my friends. Ever heard that one? It's slightly different. Again, I relate them to by telling my story or someone else's story, and then ask questions like, what makes you think you'd be bothering your friends? Or if you truly believed in the product, wouldn't you let your friends know about it? And if I could show you how we share the product with others without feeling something like a sales pitch, would that help you? The last in this category is, how much are you making? Right? How much are you making? If you are making money already, is a great question. If you're not, your answer depends on how long you've been involved. I had a guy tell me one time, hey, I don't care how long you've been in something. The sun just came up, your eyes just opened from sleep, and you're just starting the day. So you can say, I just got started. And you're not lying. You just got started. Your day just got started. And I was like, wow, that's a great thing to say. If you're brand new, you can tell them you're just getting started. If you've been around for a while and not making big money yet, or maybe you haven't made any, you can tell them you're working on this part-time and are really excited about your future. You could also say that you're excited about your future with this company because you knew things weren't going to change if you didn't do something to change them. The other way to answer is to tell your story and then tell stories of people you know who are making good money. You can even suggest setting up a phone conversation with those people so they can feel more comfortable about the opportunity. All it takes is practice. But if you get the concepts down, you'll find it becomes easier and easier. And the other thing that should encourage you is that you only have a handful of these objections for the rest of your career. Isn't that pretty neat? There is nothing new here. What I've listed in this section about that's all there is. What I just told you, go back and watch it again. Remember, our goal is education and understanding. This is a part of the process that makes the goal a reality. The next is skill 5, helping your prospects become a customer or a distributor. So thank you for watching. Please follow, please like, please comment. It helps the algorithm push it to other people that need this. Over and out. Have a great day, and God bless you.